How did the Rich Gang situation present itself to you?
I posted this video, Bad and Bougie, with the Migos Bad and Bougie song. I posted it on Facebook first, and I got over 360,000 followers on Facebook. You know, a lot of fans that's been rocking with me ever since I've been posting videos. So it did numbers on there, and then I posted it on Instagram. It did numbers also. And my mixtapes posted it first, then World Star. And after World Star, YSL Duke wound up hitting me up. He with Young Thug. And after I got his contact, he was like, face call, and I was like, all right. And he got on face call. He was like, what's up, you ready to get this money? And I was like, yeah. And then the screen went straight to Birdman's face. He was mugging. He was like, get on the next thing, smoking to Miami. I packed my shit, whatever I did have, and I went to Miami, and we've just been good ever since then. We've been vibing.
What was it like seeing Birdman for the first time?
On the cell phone in my face?
No, I mean in person.
Oh, in person, it was still like a couldn't believe it sensation. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, damn, we just went from, I'm talking about, he was at rock bottom. I was at rock bottom. And just to be there, like, in that time difference, it was just like, goddamn. And I didn't want to talk too much, so I really stayed quiet. I wouldn't say too much unless he was talking to me. I didn't ask for nothing. Like, I was damn near mute. And when it was time to go up in that booth, though, man, I had to show him what I can do, and I showed him he liked it, so he kept with it.
So you recorded music with him that night?
Not with him, but with him in the room.
Oh.
Yeah, I made one of my own songs, and then I had got on a song with Young Greatness, and he loved that song.
So he wanted to see what you could do recording-wise right away?
Basically. Oh, yeah, I did a Jucee song, too. Damn, I forgot. That was the first song that he sent me to write to, and I wrote to it. He was like, I want to see what you can do to this. So I wrote to it, and then I went to the studio. I did that first, then I did the song with Greatness, and then I did my own song.
So you went to Birdman's house in Miami and everything?
Yes, that shit is big. I loved every bit of it. Tyreek, I don't know if people know him. Tyreek, the little nigga from New Orleans, he grown as hell. He was with us, and Birdman was like, show him around. So he showed us the whole house. Everything was just like, it was just like mind-blowing. Like, nigga, this is a big-ass house. So we had got to his room, and the main thing that we wanted to see was that gold toilet. And we went in there, and it's like, I don't even know how close we got. We were probably like this close, and then it lifted up on his own. I was just like, oh, hell nah. So then as soon as we walked out the room, we seen him come out the theater, and he was like, I'm living, huh? We was like, hell yeah, you living. And that was nice. Smoked the blunt outside by the pool, looking at the water. It was nice being there.
Now, how soon from that point did you become, like, you became a member of Rich Gang? Like,
you gotta break that down. Like, what you mean?
Like, okay, so you
How did I know I was in?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Or at what point, like, how soon after the initial meeting, I should say?
Well, it went like, I met him, and I stayed for like, I want to say I stayed for like 2 weeks. And then I had to go back to Texas to rearrange the stuff with my kids. And then we went back. But before I left, he was like, you coming back? Like, he damn near didn't want me to leave, but because of legal stuff and because of my kids, I had to go take care of my business out there, and I came back, and he had me in it. He got me in the studio working. Every night, studio pull up, this time, you know.
Was it safe to say you were nervous the first time you actually met him face to face in person?
Yes, I was nervous as shit. Like, but I didn't show it though. Like, I didn't like, oh my God, I ain't do that. I didn't pull out my phone like, yeah, we with Birdman. I ain't do none of that. I just seen him, and I was just quiet, and I think he picked up on it. And because he kept saying, you know, you comfortable, you family, he used to, you know, he was just basically making me feel comfortable. So I really wasn't that nervous, but it was still like a mind thing, like, man, this nigga is that nigga, and I'm here, so it was exciting.
What about when he was present and you were recording in front of him for the first time? Was that nervous too, or no, that was different?
It was, I can say I was nervous, but I wasn't that nervous because when it come down to shit like that, I like to show out. And I want to show them that, like, I got this. And then, your first impression is what sticks with people. So I was like, if I go in this booth, this shit better be, it better be something. But having him in the room, I didn't think about it. I just thought about the point that I got to do this, who I got to do this for. So I focused on that, and also when I record, all the lights be off in the booth. So I couldn't see him no way. I had my eyes closed.
Oh, I see. I always wondered how that worked for people whenever they're working with somebody that they looked up to or is a pretty big deal on a level compared to them, how the nerves are, or, how somebody takes on a situation like that. Because I'm sure there's instances where, obviously he said you were there for 2 weeks and he wanted you to come back, so he enjoyed the recordings or whatever the case may be. He enjoyed your presence being there. But I'm sure there's instances where he's probably invited people and they fell short of expectation, or it wasn't a chemistry or a connection or whatever the case may be. I always wondered how, people handle a situation like that.
What if they was, you said if they was like cut short, or you just said in general?
Yeah, I'm sure not, like when somebody is on a lower level or a lower tier and they're collaborating or dealing in business with somebody that's bigger than them, how a situation plays, because I'm sure there's people that might choke up, get really nervous, can't execute or perform in the recording studio, might, what somebody hears music-wise and then they see in their presence, it might not match up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might choke up, can't write, can't come up with nothing, and a person of his nature might be like, this ain't gonna work, So I always wondered how stuff like
but
that.
But I think how that goes is on both bars, because one, you got him. He been doing this shit so long, so he damn near like used to it. So he probably got his limit of what you can do or how many times he'll actually try. But if he sees something in you, I think that, he'll work with you. And not just speaking on him, but anybody. I think as long as they know what they're doing and how long they've been doing it, they can recognize when, yeah, that's it. Now, the only other thing you have to worry about is the chemistry and the vibe, because that means a lot to these people, because it's like, shit, they already got money. It's like, is you gonna play your part, basically, and, and can I have you around? Do you really deserve this? How hard, how bad you want it, basically, and that's what you gotta show. So to be nervous and all that shit, I was just me, and me being around people anyway, I don't talk a lot. Like, I keep to myself. You say something to me, yeah, I answer, we can have a conversation, I can hold a conversation as long as I want, but I was just myself. I couldn't be too nervous. I was just like, he either gonna fuck with me or I'm gonna go back to Texas and I'm gonna be heartbroken, but shit, I'm gonna still make something happen.
Was there an instant chemistry?
I don't know. Like, I can say that I wasn't too nervous. Like, I was excited more than anything, but the songs I was playing, he don't talk like that neither. So this all you saw when I was playing the songs. And then when I did the song with Greatness, we was in the Sprinter van and we was riding, I think we was in Atlanta, I don't know where we was, but every time we was in that Sprinter van, that man played that song so many times. And then we wind up meeting up with Toni Braxton. He even had her singing it. So I was just like, hell yeah, I'm in there. I was like, so I wasn't nervous at that point. I was like, he actually like what I did. So at that point, it was like I'm comfortable, but not too comfortable.
When it comes to Birdman, what's the biggest advice he's given you at this point, or the most important thing you learned being around him?
You pay attention. You pay attention to what's going on. And the main thing that he didn't told me, like talking, because he was talking to me when we was on the jet, and he was just like, you gonna be good, you gonna be big. He was like, you a star. And he was like, you know, but just make sure you always remain a lady. Don't be out here with every, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry type shit. He was just like, just remain a lady. Just do you got the music, all of this stuff. He was just like, you cool, I fuck with you. That's the main thing that nigga always say, I fuck with you. He always saying it.